Hello, welcome to this video. We are going to quickly go over how to set up n8n locally on Docker, but we are going to use ngrok for getting a URL so that we can have remote access to our container. And then also we're going to set up MobiDrive so that we store the n8n data on a cloud storage. So let's get started. Download Docker for desktop. Just search Docker desktop and you'll get to download page. You'll download for your operating system. Once you have installed Docker, open it and click on images. Click on search images and then type n8n. First option that you see, which has over 100 million downloads, click on pull. As it's pulling, we are going to set up ngrok. So let's head over to our browser and then we are going to search ngrok download. You can just switch your operating system here if you're using macOS or Windows. I'm using Windows, so you can use the Microsoft Store installer, which when you click, you're going to be redirected to the Microsoft Store and you can set it up here. Now, the issue is if you have an antivirus, this is not going to work, all right? So you're going to try, it's going to finish installing and then it's going to be added to quarantine immediately. All right. So the other option that you can use, and you can also refer to the guide article that is in the description. So you can click on download and then just download the file so that you have it as a zip file. Yeah. So if it's a zip file, it's not going to be deleted, right? So you can just download it and then make sure that your antivirus is off and then now run it. This is how it runs. It's a terminal. We want to run these two commands. We want to run the add your auth token command and the start your endpoint command. Sign up for a free account, and then we can have the token field so that when we run it, it's going to work, all right? So just click on sign up. Now copy this, and then open ngrok. Just paste the command, and then run to just save the auth token to the configuration file. You are going now to run this, but we are going to change the host port, the HTTP port from 80 to 5678. You will see later on why we are doing that, but for now, just make sure that you replace this 80 with 5678. So when you paste it here, make sure that you delete the 80 and then just use 5678, right? And then you can run that and this will open. This will show 502 but getaway because you have not set up Docker so that this can point to it. So don't worry about it. Right now, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to set up a MobiDrive for cloud storage. We are going to search for MobiDrive download. Open the download MobiDrive link so that you can see this page. I'm sure if you're visiting with the macOS, this will be by default have a macOS version, right? So just download this and then install it. Click on the app. Then we are just going to create our account. Don't worry that it says sign in. Once you put your email, if your email does not exist in the platform, of course, you're going to be taken to the flow of signing up. So I'm just going to sign in with my Google account. It says great. We have this setup screen almost done. So I'm just going to leave everything as it is because it needs to create a folder in my local storage. When we make changes to that folder, it will just sync with my MobiDrive cloud. When I visit my account on the web, I'll just see that the changes have been updated, right? So don't change anything here, just click continue, click use this folder if you're prompted, and then you will be taken to this, select a subscription plan. Now we are just going to close this because the basic plan basically gives us 20 gigs. This is enough, right? So we're just going to close this. And then now we are going to open it again. We're going to open it again like this. You can see I've created some few folders already. So what I'm going to do is let me delete this one, then just recreate it again. So I'm going to create a folder and then I'm going to call it shell local. So you can call it n8n or any preferred name that you want. The important thing is that we configure it properly on our Docker setup so that any changes saved here. Yeah. So we are going to open that folder, and then if you're using Windows, you need to copy the address, right? So you copy the address. This is the path of this folder because we need that when we are setting up Docker, right? So if you're using Mac, find a way of copying the path of that folder so that we can complete the setup together, right? You can see that it's already finished pulling the image. So we're going to click on run. Click on optional settings. Don't confirm the run yet. Just expand the optional settings, and then container name, we can just say n8n. This is what we're going to call the container. And then the host port, you remember when we were setting ngrok, we ran the host port to 5678. Here we need to set that to point to that host port. And then for the host part, now the address for the Mobi Drive folder, the n8n local Mobi Drive folder, this is what we're going to put here. And then on the container part, copy this. Yeah, so home node slash dot n8n. Make sure that you have this preceding slash. Then we are going to copy the variables. You can just copy them from the guide article. You can just copy and paste them, and then make sure that when you're copying the webhook URL and the base URL, paste the ngrok URLs from this setup screen where we were getting the auth token command and the deployment command. You see this URL here, this is what we are going to use. So this is assigned to our account, and we can use it on any device to have remote access to this Docker container that we will run. Now, after you set up your environment variable, let's now we are just going to start with these 4. You can definitely add more environment variables just to modify your container and make it work the way you want. And then we are going to click on run. Yeah. So we're going to click on run. This is just setting it up, and then finally we'll get this URL, yeah, which is now very, very nice because we can use any device to access our container that is running. So when we open this, this is the now setup page that you get when you open n8n for the very first time, so that you can set up your account. So I'm just going to create an account very, very quickly. I have finished setting up my account, and as you can see, we have n8n and we are using this URL because it has completed setting up. You can see that we have the database SQLite here, we have the config. Now, this is what is going to allow us to maybe recover later on if we move to another system. We can just use the same path, and then we'll have the same account, and we're just going to log in, and then we are going to access everything from this account here. So we don't have to worry about losing the data at all. So I'm going to just give you an example. So if we create a new workflow, you can see that when we type in webhook node, you will see that we are using this webhook URL. So this is going to allow you to use the webhook node and send data out of your site and receive it back here. And then this is going to allow you to, and then also when you're setting credentials, for example, like the redirect URLs, just for example, create this and then now click on credential. So you can see that the auth redirect URL is using our base URL, all right? So if I, let's say, go back, so we have this. Now this is saved, remember this is saved on our database, right? So if we, for example, like delete, or if we delete this container, but the container will just be deleted, but this Mobi Drive folder will remain, and when you visit your Mobi Drive folder on the cloud, you'll still see everything that you see here. This is just synchronizing between your cloud and your local storage, right? So let's open MobiDrive and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So you're just going to click on mobidrive.com. Just going to click on mobidrive.com, and then you are going to sign in with the same account that you used, all right? So you're going to sign in with the same account that you are using. Go to MobiDrive. Yeah, once you're here now, you'll see that everything that was in the local folder is here. Yeah, so you can see we have everything here. We have the database. Now this helps you store and synchronize your Docker image storage for n8n with the cloud. And yeah, happy automating. See you in the next video.